And then there is the flip side. What is your greatest weakness in your opinion? Yet another typical question that comes at you. You may not start your answer with, I can't think of any weakness. On the other hand, you might also not want to be too honest and list all your flaws like a bunch of weaknesses that you are stacking up, which is going to work against you in your application. Be smart. Foresee what the skills are that this job might need of you, and then steer clear of stating any negatives or any shortcomings that are going to come in the way of those skills. For instance, it would be a shame if you said, I know my communication skills are weak, if you are applying for a position of HRM. Or I suffer from occasional motion sickness sometimes if your job entails a lot of travel. So you've got to think of a flaw. Yes, the question requires that of you, but think of one that is somewhat unconnected to the position you're applying for. State it honestly and naturally, but in the same breath, also talk about the fact that you have reflected, you are aware of it, and that you're working on overcoming it or circumventing it in some way. That's what the interviewers want to hear. They don't want a perfect individual. They want you to be human and natural, but they also want you to work at being the best version of yourself that you can be. So a great answer to this one might be, as a team player, you could say, I tend to work very hard at my own tasks, whatever is assigned to me, but I have this inclination to also work on others' tasks as and when they need my help. In fact, maybe you could say I go a little overboard in helping them out and take on their jobs as well, which I know I ideally shouldn't be doing. So having finished my tasks, I find that I'm working on theirs too, which is great, which is generous, but I realize that I'm not helping them. I have learned now to balance this out. I realize that they need to learn, they need to grow too. So I have worked out a way of advising them, directing or mentoring them, and then letting them take the tasks with just the kind of support that I need to give them at arm's length. Whatever time is left, having finished my work, I treat it as me time. But I'm not about to micromanage and devote that time to working on their tasks as well. So if you can present your weakness in this way, like it is part strength, part weakness, and part working on that weakness, you've got the answer to this one nailed.